Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a video on basically what happens when your bullets run out. That's been on my mind of late. I think it should be on most of our minds. And I'm going to do videos on most of this shit in little batches or individually or whatever, but I wanted to do one video of all this shit together. This is what I call my mall ninja shit. I'm going to add a few more things to this, but this is most of the stuff like this I'm probably ever going to buy. I want to get a big shield. I found a riot shield for like 30 bucks on eBay. It's like a round one, and you can paint the inside of it and shit, and it's clear Lexan. So I'm going to do that, and a handful of other things, but the general idea here is like the black powder revolver. You can resupply that a lot longer than you can cartridges, traditionally speaking. I think that'll hold true. And 6 shots of 44 caliber balls is handy to have. The cowboy boots, a lot of people would question being listed amongst the weapons, but like, you can always have those with you. You can take those into fucking courthouses. I think that's pretty dope. And if you don't think cowboy boots are a weapon, then you've never stomped anyone in a pair of them. Like, you can fucking kill somebody in cowboy boots. The various knives and shit. I like knives. This is actually the first knife I ever made. I call it my prison shank. It's made from a piece of school desk, and it has a piece of school belt as its sheath. It just covers the blade. So I'm probably gonna do videos on at least basic, shiv making, knife making. Like, I made this in my backyard with a propane torch and a piece of square pipe and a hammer and a file. I think I had a pair of tin snips that I cut the tip with, that I ruined a pair of tin snips. Okay, so I want to do videos on a lot of this kind of stuff because I think it's interesting and no one's really doing it. Like, I have seen lots of videos on a baseball bat. I have never seen anyone with a baseball bat quite like mine. I have reasons behind it. One of the main things I've never heard anyone talk about with baseball bats is when you hit people with them, it hurts your hands unless you break the handle first. Pro tip. That handle is broken and then wrapped in 100-mile-an-hour tape and then wrapped in vet tape. And then I put some green bands of it on there so it kind of has like a Harley Quinn camo vibe thing going on. It's my mean little hammer up there, and the fire axe. Got like a whole Harley Quinn vibe going. Like Harley Quinn meets MacV-Sog. The Bushman there is a recent purchase. I think that's pretty cool. That's a broom handle that's on it. Goddamn bugs. The broom handle was only like $9. And honestly, after doing that, I wouldn't even bother trying to cut a pole for this in the woods. I would just go by the broom handle. It makes it a really cool, lightweight throwing spear kind of thing. It's pretty sick. Nunchucks, I made those. Maglite. I like Maglites because that one has an LED head in it and you can beat people to death with it. Ideally, if you're going to carry a flashlight on you, those are kind of big. But as a baton/light, I think it's pretty cool. The fire axe I bought in Tulsa. When I fucking painted it, some of the black paint came off with my paint tape. So I guess I should have stripped that thing. Probably redo the head on that eventually. The buckler. I think a lot of people would talk shit about this thing, but this is fucking awesome. Whether you have a knife, spear, sword, maybe even the bat in your other hand, this in your left hand is pretty fucking awesome. This is a historical weapon of like Renaissance Europe. This one is a polymer one made by Cold Steel. Like I said, I'm going to do videos on all this stuff kind of in batches and individually. But I wanted to do one video just talking about this in general. But my thought is have some lightweight kit to carry with you that either are really good melee weapons or, like that spear, could be rapidly made into really good melee weapons. Maybe don't carry the black powder revolver unless you can take the weight. Like if you're in a vehicle, I would do that. And like a lot of these, I think are pretty fucking heavy and pointless. Those three I'm talking about, not the knives obviously aren't. But the baseball bat is probably the winner of those three. Of the heavy ass ones that are useless, I would buy the baseball bat. The number one weapon in this whole pile, I think, is probably a tie between that spear and the Gladius. Like the Gladius machete from Cold Steel, it came dull on the tip and I had to sharpen it myself, but I'm kind of glad they did that because I was able to make this like really rounded, stabby, horrific thing that you wouldn't want to get stabbed by, basically. It's the kind of tip that doesn't get stuck in bones, it just bounces off of them and keeps going. I really dig that machete. Especially the handle, I think, is pretty much perfection. Sword-wise, I do want to buy a real sword. I'm going to get a Scottish Dirk from Todd's Workshop. They have a new budget line of shit that's Todd Cutler. I don't know if you're familiar with either of those or not, but they make really good shit. And their Scottish Dirk has like I think it's 19 inches overall and has like a 16-inch blade. Something like that, or 17-inch blade, 15-inch blade, something like that. It's a pretty long Scottish Dirk, and I'm kind of figuring that for 125 pounds, I think it is, which is probably like $150, that's probably about the best sword that I'm going to get that's somewhat approaching this Gladius kind of thing. Todd's stuff is definitely fucking way better than any of the Indian shit. And for $150, I think that's the route I'm going to go there. And it kind of fits my motif of like having all sorts of random ass shit. Which honestly I think is the way to go. Go buy the best, most effective version of something that you can. I hate those dogs. So we're probably going to cut the video short here because of the dogs. Thanks for watching. Don't rule out cheap shit. Anything you see in this video is worth having. Some things more than others. The Benchmade Auto I got for free. Otherwise, I don't think that would even be in this pile. I'm going to do a video on folders for sure, probably next. So, thanks for watching.